In the quiet, upscale town of New Canaan, Connecticut, where manicured lawns and luxurious homes mask a darkness beneath the surface, a chilling mystery unfolded. This is the story of Jennifer Farber-Dulos, a 50-year-old mother of 5, whose life took an unthinkable turn on the morning of May 24, 2019. As investigators began unraveling the events leading up to Jennifer's disappearance, a sinister picture emerged. Bloodstains, signs of a struggle, and a meticulous effort to erase any trace painted a haunting portrait of what might have transpired inside the walls of her Wells Lane home. But the enigma was far from simple. The spotlight turned to Jennifer's estranged husband, Fotis Dulos, as the prime suspect in a case that would expose a tangled web of deceit, betrayal, and a chilling secret hidden in the affluent corners of New Canaan.
Remington 911, what's the location of your emergency?
I'm worried about my wife and kids because they left to go to New York, and I haven't been able to get in touch with them. I've been texting, and I see that the texts are being delivered, but nobody's responding to me.
Okay.
The tumultuous relationship between Jennifer and Fotis had been a roller coaster of emotions, marked by allegations of abuse, a bitter custody battle, and the looming specter of divorce. The ominous undertones of Jennifer's fears for her children hinted at a deeper, more sinister truth. But the investigation took a macabre turn when surveillance footage revealed Fotis Dulos and his girlfriend, Michelle Troconis, disposing of bags containing Jennifer's blood-soaked belongings. A desperate attempt to cover their tracks or the execution of a sinister plan. The couple faced charges of tampering with evidence and hindering prosecution. But were they the masterminds behind Jennifer's disappearance? Or were there more sinister forces at play? On June 1, 2019, Fotis Dulos and his then-girlfriend of 2 years, Michelle Troconis, were charged with tampering with physical evidence and hindering prosecution in Jennifer's disappearance after they were seen on the Hartford police surveillance system in Hartford, CT throwing away multiple trash bags during 30 stops along Albany Avenue at 7:15 p.m. on the night of Jennifer's disappearance. At least 2 bags that were recovered contained a shirt and bra, as well as sponges covered in Jennifer's blood. Zip ties with Jennifer's blood on them were also found. Fotis Dulos was also seen putting a FedEx box containing altered license plates that were registered in his name down a storm drain, as well as throwing away a small rug which appeared to be the one missing from Jennifer's Suburban. Troconis and Dulos pleaded not guilty to first-degree tampering with physical evidence and first-degree hindering prosecution. They were each held on $500,000 bail, with Troconis released June 3rd and Dulos released June 1st. On June 4th, Troconis pointed detectives toward the woods at the home she shares with Dulos. It is still unclear why. Fotis Dulos' lawyer claims he had no motive to harm his wife, Jennifer, citing recent joint custody granted by the court. However, Jennifer's family sues Fotis for failing to repay a $2 million loan he insists was a gift. With divorce looming, Fotis faced potential financial burdens, including the disputed loan, alimony, and child support for their 2 sets of twins, adding a complex layer to the mysterious case. Pavel Gumieni, present at Dulos' home on May 31, 2019, admitted to removing seats from Dulos' Porsche Cayenne. Despite being initially suspected, cell phone data cleared him of involvement. However, when police seized Gumieni's Toyota Tacoma on June 6th, he revealed Fotis pressured him to switch seats, and blood-like substance matching Jennifer's DNA was found. Dulos had secretly washed Gumieni's car, and there were peculiar details, like a supposed hug on Mother's Day, a mysterious hair, and Troconis delivering truck keys at 80 Mountain Spring Road. In August, it emerged that Kent Mohini, Fotis Dulos' former attorney, sought help to reconnect sexually with his wife, shortly before Jennifer disappeared. Accused of spousal rape, he filed for divorce, and documents revealed his wife believed he wanted her dead. Mohini faced charges for violating a protective order in July 2019. His name appeared in the alibi script. Amid legal battles, financial disputes, and a web of lies, suspicions intensified around Fotis Dulos. The narrative took a tragic turn with murder charges, courtroom drama, and a chilling suicide attempt, revealing a man trapped by the consequences of his actions. Michelle Troconis admits not seeing Fotis Dulos on the morning of May 24th.
We think you have information that can help.
I don't know, John, but I can walk the whole world with you if you want. I can take you to like the moto place. I can walk, I can spend a month with you guys. I can do whatever you want, but I didn't do it.
After dropping her daughter at school, she finds Kent Mohini at the 4 group offices with Fotis' cell phone. Mohini instructs her to answer calls. Mohini's phone records place him at the office that day. He claims to have arrived at 7:40 a.m. and left after 50 minutes without seeing Fotis. At 3 p.m., Fotis calls Troconis to bring supplies to 80 Mountain Spring Road. Fotis is already there, and an hour later, Paweł Gumieni arrives, seeking his truck. Gumieni has to insist on his keys and reject Dulos' suggestion to use the Raptor. The unfolding events add layers of intrigue, complicating the narrative around Fotis Dulos and his associates. Unsealed search warrants reveal police suspicions that Fotis Dulos drove Paweł Gumieni's red Toyota Tacoma from Farmington CT to New Canaan the morning of Jennifer's disappearance. Surveillance footage places the Tacoma on Lapham Road just after 7:05 a.m. and later parked about 100 feet from where Jennifer's Suburban was found at 7:40 a.m. At 11:12 a.m., the Tacoma is observed heading north on Merritt Parkway, passing the New Canaan rest area, and arriving at 80 Mountain Spring Road in Farmington by 12:22 p.m. Notably, there's a 40-minute gap in Dulos' known whereabouts between Lapham Road and Merritt Parkway, adding a mysterious element to the timeline surrounding Jennifer's disappearance. Jennifer's Suburban was seen on security video leaving her home at 10:25, and it is believed that Fotis Dulos was driving with Jennifer restrained or already deceased inside the car. Her phone pinged at Lapham Road at 10:38 a.m., and there was no further activity after 11:09 a.m. On January 7, 2020, Fotis Dulos was charged with the murder of Jennifer Farber Dulos. On the same day, Michelle Troconis and Kent Mohini were charged with conspiracy to commit murder. A judge ordered Dulos to strict indoor house arrest on January 23, 2020, after he violated the parameters of his previous house arrest by getting out of his car and destroying a memorial for Jennifer on his way home. An emergency hearing was ordered the morning of January 28th, and it was likely Fotis Dulos would have been temporarily re-arrested due to issues with his collateral. Dulos did not show up, and his GPS monitor showed he was at his Jefferson Crossing home. Police conducted a welfare check at 11:54 a.m. and found Fotis Dulos in his running Suburban with a vacuum hose on the tailpipe, leading to a window. He was reported to be dead on live news, and Gloria Farber, Jennifer's mother, was notified of his death. However, after 30 minutes of life-saving efforts, a pulse was detected, and he was eventually flown to Jacobi Medical Center to be treated with a hyperbaric chamber for carbon monoxide poisoning. On January 30th, he was taken off of life support and passed away. Dulos left a note proclaiming his innocence and also saying that Troconis and Mohini had nothing to do with Jennifer's disappearance. He also claimed his lawyer could explain the Albany Avenue footage. Michelle Troconis and Kent Mohini are still expected to be tried for conspiracy to commit murder. Norm Pattis says he remains dedicated to clearing his client's name and wants to substitute Fotis Dulos' estate for the defendant at trial. In the riveting true crime narrative surrounding the death and disappearance of Jennifer Dulos, the fate of Michelle Troconis now rests in the hands of jurors following several weeks of intense courtroom proceedings. The trial, unfolding over a span of more than 4 years, initially began as a missing persons case but morphed into a colossal investigation, drawing the attention of numerous law enforcement agencies and capturing media headlines worldwide. This high-profile case has not only prompted extensive media coverage, but has also inspired documentaries, a Lifetime movie, and legislative changes in Connecticut aimed at broadening the definition of domestic violence. The trial reached a critical juncture as jurors commenced deliberations after hearing closing arguments from both the prosecution and defense. However, their first full day of deliberations concluded without reaching a verdict, heightening the suspense surrounding the courtroom drama. The magnitude of this legal battle is reflected not only in the duration of the trial, but also in its far-reaching impact on various facets of society. During the trial, former Fotis Dulos employee Paweł Gumieni took the stand, delivering riveting and previously undisclosed details about his interactions with Fotis Dulos and Troconis around the time of Jennifer Dulos' disappearance on May 24, 2019.
I'm not sure if I was sitting at the desk and they walk in or they were in the office and I walked in.
But they were already talking?
Yes.
And what did you hear Mr. Dulos saying to Mr. Zeisler?
Mr. Dulos pulled out his phone and started showing Dan Zeisler pictures of Jennifer home with, which I believe was motion detectors, and starts asking him if those are cameras.
And what did Mr. Zeisler say?
I don't remember. I think he said they are not.
Gumieni's testimony painted a vivid picture, revealing instances where Troconis derogatorily referred to Jennifer Dulos. Assistant State's Attorney Sean McGuinness strategically used these negative statements during closing arguments, pointing to them as potential evidence of Trocona's animosity toward Fotis Dulos' estranged wife, suggesting a possible motive for conspiracy. Gumieni's revelations extended beyond verbal exchanges, exposing an unsettling incident about a month or two before Jennifer Dulos' disappearance. In this instance, he overheard Fotis Dulos consulting with an audio and video subcontractor, displaying pictures of Jennifer Dulos' new Canaan home and seeking assistance in identifying potential surveillance cameras on the premises. After more than 3 days of intense deliberations and 8 weeks of compelling evidence, the jury delivered its verdict.
55 subsection A subsection 1.
Guilty.
What say you, Mr. Foreperson? Is she guilty or not guilty on the third count of the information to the charge of tampering with physical evidence in violation of Connecticut General Statutes section 53A-8 subsection A?
Guilty.
What say you, Mr. Foreperson? Is she guilty or not guilty on the fourth count of the information to the charge of conspiracy to commit tampering with physical evidence in violation of Connecticut General Statutes section 53A-48 subsection A and 53A-155 subsection A subsection 1?
Guilty.
Michelle Troconis, 49, was found guilty on charges of conspiracy to commit murder. 2 counts of conspiracy to tamper with physical evidence, 2 counts of tampering with physical evidence, and 1 count of second-degree hindering prosecution. As the dust settles on the conclusion of this riveting true crime saga, the Jennifer Dulos case stands as a poignant reminder of the complexities and consequences that can arise within the realm of human relationships. The courtroom drama, spanning over 4 years, revealed not just the legal intricacies surrounding the disappearance, but also the profound societal impact it had, sparking legislative changes and capturing global attention. The unraveling of Michelle Troconis' fate underscores the gravity of the accusations and the weight of the evidence presented. The testimony of Pavel Gumieni, shedding light on troubling interactions and revealing previously undisclosed details, added layers of suspense and intrigue to a story already filled with twists and turns. Beyond the legal proceedings, the case invites contemplation on the broader implications of domestic dynamics, personal vendettas, and the repercussions of actions on the lives of those involved. It serves as a mirror reflecting the fragility of relationships and the potential for tragedy when human emotions take a dark turn. As the true crime video concludes, the Jennifer Dulos case lingers in the collective consciousness, leaving viewers with a sense of reflection on the intricate tapestry of human behavior, the pursuit of justice, and the enduring impact of a story that transcends the boundaries of the courtroom.